The weekend had been unusually hot, and after a long day playing basketball with my friends, all I wanted was a refreshing bath. I headed straight to my room, grabbed a towel, and walked into the bathroom, letting the cool water run into the tub. The thought of sinking into the soothing bath was enough to make me sigh in relief. As the water reached the perfect level, I stepped in, allowing the warm sensation to relax my tense muscles. I closed my eyes, resting my head against the edge of the tub. It wasn't long before I heard a gentle knock on the door. "Hey, Jake, are you in there?" It was my stepmom, Emily. She had been married to my dad for almost 5 years now, and we had always gotten along well. She was kind, easygoing, and always made an effort to be a part of my life. "Yeah, just taking a bath," I replied, wondering why she was at the door. I was about to run a bath, too. "The other bathroom shower isn't working properly, and your dad's fixing it. Mind if I come in and use the sink?" I hesitated for a moment before responding.
Sure."
The door's unlocked. She pushed the door open and walked in, dressed in her usual casual tank top and shorts. She smiled at me before heading over to the sink. "I was out in the garden all day. I feel so sticky." I chuckled, sinking deeper into the water. "Yeah, it's way too hot today." She nodded as she turned on the faucet, washing her hands and splashing some water on her face. Then, she looked over at me with a thoughtful expression. "You don't mind if I soak my feet in the tub for a bit, do you? I've been on my feet all day." I shrugged. I guess not." She pulled up a small stool, sat down beside the tub, and slowly dipped her feet into the water. That feels so much better," she sighed. We sat in comfortable silence for a moment before she glanced over at me. "You know, you've grown up a lot in the past year. I remember when you used to be a little kid running around the house." I chuckled. "Yeah, I guess I'm not a kid anymore." She smiled. "No, you're not. You're turning into a fine young man." We talked for a while about random things, school, my basketball games, and how she and Dad had been thinking of taking a family trip soon.
It was nice just chatting like that.
Eventually, she sighed and pulled her feet out of the water. "Well, I think that cooled me down a bit. I'll let you finish up in peace." I nodded. "Thanks for the company, Emily." She ruffled my hair playfully before heading to the door. "Anytime, kiddo." As she left, I leaned back in the tub, a small smile on my face. It had been an unexpected moment, but it reminded me how lucky I was to have such a caring stepmom. Sometimes, the simplest moments are the ones that mean the most. Over the next few days, I kept thinking about how easy it was to talk to Emily. She wasn't like some of my friends' stepmoms who kept their distance or acted like they didn't belong. She had always made an effort to be involved in my life, and I appreciated that. One evening, as we all sat down for dinner, Dad mentioned something about going on a weekend trip. "I was thinking we could take a short trip to the lake," he said, taking a sip of his iced tea. "We haven't been on a family outing in a while, and I think it would be fun." Emily's face lit up. "That sounds like a great idea. We could go fishing, have a barbecue, and just relax." I nodded in agreement. "Yeah, that sounds awesome. I could use a break from all the schoolwork." Dad smiled. "Then it's settled. We'll leave Friday afternoon and come back Sunday evening." The week flew by, and before I knew it, we were packing up the car and heading to the lake. The drive was peaceful, with the sun setting in the distance, casting a golden glow over the landscape. When we arrived at the cabin, I helped unload the car while Dad set up the fishing gear. Emily started organizing the food, humming a tune as she worked. The next morning, I woke up to the smell of bacon and pancakes. I stretched and made my way to the kitchen, where Emily was cooking breakfast. "Morning," I said, grabbing a plate. "Morning, Jake. Sleep well?" "Yeah, the bed here is surprisingly comfortable." She laughed. "Good to hear. Your dad's already down by the lake, trying to catch breakfast." After we ate, we spent the day by the water. Dad taught me some new fishing techniques, and Emily joined us later, bringing sandwiches and drinks. The day passed in a blur of laughter and relaxation. That evening, we sat by the fire, roasting marshmallows and sharing stories. "This has been a great trip," Emily said, leaning back in her chair. We should do this more often. Dad nodded. Agreed. It's nice to get away from everything and just enjoy each other's company. As I looked at them, I realized how lucky I was. Despite the changes in our family over the years, we had managed to build something strong and filled with love. And in the end, that's what really mattered.